Hello everyone, welcome back to Code Enzyme. In this video, we will try to solve this problem static range sum using prefix sums. Particularly this problem I will solve using different ways like prefix sum, segment tree, Fenwick tree and other data structures, maybe the square root decomposition also. And after this problem, specifically after these two problems, I will try solving all the problems using segment tree only. At least the implementation part. Okay, so we have this now. Now let's try to solve this first problem using prefix sums. So how does prefix sum work? So first of all, let's read the question. So you are given an array of n integers. Your task is to process q queries of the form what is the sum of the values in range a to b. So let's say we have 3 2 4 5 1 1 5 3. So we have this array, and when I try to sum the elements from 2 to position 2 to 4, so position 2 3 and 4, this is 5 plus 4 9 10 11, so we output 11. Okay, so we want to query this. Now if we try to do it naively, like if we have n into 2 into 10 given 5, so it will take us big of n square time. If we try to do this using two for loops, so that will give you a TLE, right? Now there are various ways to solve this problem. One is the very easy, the prefix sum. So you can reduce this to O of n plus q time by querying n big O of 1 time. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. So basically if you have an array, let's say a1 a2 a3 till an, right? So let's say we also have a prefix array such that p of I is simply the sum of I equals to 0 to I ai. Okay, so the first element will be 0, let's say, in the prefix array, and the first element will be a1. So like the zeroth element will be 0, and the second element will be a1 plus a2, and third element will be a1 plus a2 plus a3, and like that we will have summation of 0 to n ai. So this is the prefix sum array. We are trying to pre-calculate these values, and this can be done obviously in big O of n time. How? You can simply run a for loop, and you can say prefix of I is equals to prefix of I minus 1 plus a of I minus 1, plus a of I in this case, and from here on, and where I goes from 0 to n minus 1, 0 to n, sorry, 1 to n for this case. Sorry about that. Okay, and now when you are trying to query, like when I want to query for range L to R, what you should see, like what is the prefix of R? Prefix of R is basically the sum of a0 plus a1 plus a2 dot 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 plus a of L plus dot 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 plus a of R, right? And what is prefix of L? It is a0 plus a1 plus dot 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 till a of L, right? And let's see what is prefix of L minus 1. It is a0 plus a1 plus till dot 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 a of L minus 1, right? So if you see what is prefix of R minus prefix of L minus 1, what you will realize, it is basically equals to a of L plus a of L plus 1 plus dot 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 till a of R, which is what we wanted, right? So since this is an array, we can access these p of R and p of L minus 1 in big O of 1 time, right? And just subtract these values and you will get your answer. So let's try to solve this problem. Let's try to just implement this. Okay, so now let's try implementing this. So first of all, what is the input format? Input format is, we have two integers n and q. Okay, so we have two integers n and q. Next we have an array of these values. So let's say vector int a of n, and for I cn a of I. Okay, After this we have I want to create a prefix sum array. So I mean, so I can simply create a prefix sum, let's call it pre, and you can take it as n length also, or since the query is one based indexing, I am taking it to be n plus 1 length array, and initially let all the elements be 0. So we have this now. uh, Obviously you can do this in single for loop, but just to keep everything simple, I will say like, okay, let's say prefix sum of 1 equals to a of 0, and for I in range 1 to n, prefix sum I equals to prefix sum I minus 1 plus uh, a of I minus 1. Now do we need to take modulus? I don't think so, because we have almost 10 to the power 5 elements, and each element is 10 to the power 9. So if you multiply it, it will be around 10 to the power 14, which is in the range of a long integer. So we don't really need it here. Okay. Now while q minus minus, okay. So while q minus minus, we have two integers L and R. So let's take C in L and R. And now we simply need to see out what was that? Prefix sum of R minus prefix sum L minus 1. And with an indel. So let's run this. And the output that we are getting is this one, 12. So it is matching. Now let's try to submit this and see if it works. What was the name of the file? Static range sum queries. Okay. So when I submit this, yeah, so our solution got accepted, and in the next video let's try to solve the same problem using segment trees. Okay.